Hello everyone, welcome to the continuation part of exercise number 1 of Laplace transform. So here we'll continue problem number 15 and onward. In problem number 15 here they have given, here we have to find the Laplace transform of t raised to 4, right? To find the Laplace transform of t raised to 4, we should know the formula of Laplace transform of t raised to n. Here two cases are there in t raised to n formula. The case number 1, the formula for t raised to n is nothing but equal to factorial of n upon s raised to n plus 1, and another formula is gamma of n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1, right? The case number 1 will be applicable if n is integer, and case number 2 will be applicable if n is present in form of fraction, right? So here we need to find the Laplace transform of t raised to 4. The formula for t raised to 4 will be nothing but this 4 is nothing but integer number. So the first case will be applicable over here. According to the first case, the formula will be 4 factorial upon s raised to 4 plus 1. 4 factorial will be nothing but equal to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 and s raised to 5, right? And the factorial of 4, right? It can be calculated 4 3 are 12, 2 are 24. So 24 upon s raised to 5 will be there, right? Hence here we have calculated Laplace transform of t raised to 4. In similar way, we can calculate Laplace transform of t raised to 2 also. For t raised to 2, again the 2 is also integer number. The first case will be applicable factorial of 2 upon s raised to 2 plus 1. Factorial of 2 will be nothing but equal to 2 into 1 upon s raised to 3. 2 into 1 is nothing but 2 only. 2 upon s raised to 3, right? Now see the formula number, problem number 17. And here we need to find the Laplace transform of t raised to 3, and which is nothing but factorial of 3 upon s raised to 3 plus 1. Factorial of 3 is nothing but 3 into 2 into 1 upon s raised to 4. 3 to just 6 upon s raised to 4, right? Now see the sum number 18, right? Sum number 18, here we need to find the Laplace transform of t raised to 1 by 2. So this is nothing but 1 by 2 is a fraction number. So the second case will be applicable over here. So again I am writing over here Laplace transform of t raised to n. If n is fraction number, then formula will be gamma of n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1, right? But remember that n should be present in form of fraction. So now here we can apply the formula over here. So gamma, here we need to find Laplace transform of t raised to 1 by 2. So we will apply this formula over here. So gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to 1 by 2 plus of 1, right? And 1 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but gamma of 3 by 2. So gamma of 3 by 2 upon s raised to 3 by 2, and gamma of 3 by 2 is already calculated. Gamma of 3 by 2 is nothing but equal to square root of pi by 2, right? So here we will write square root of pi divided by 2 upon s raised to 3 by 2, and after simplification here we can write square root of pi divided by 2 will go to down, 2 into s raised to 3 by 2, and this is our final answer. In similar way we can calculate Laplace transform of t raised to 3 by 2 also. To calculate Laplace transform of 3 by 2, again we will apply the same formula. Gamma of n plus 1, right? 3 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to 3 by 2 plus 1, and 3 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but 5 by 2. So gamma of 5 by 2 upon s raised to 5 by 2, and gamma 5 by 2 has been already calculated, and it is nothing but 3 square root of pi divided by 4, right? And s raised to 5 by 2 will be as it is. Now 4 will go to down, so 3 square root of pi divided by 4 into s raised to 5 by 2, right? Now in similar way we can calculate the value of t raised to 5 by 2 also, right? Laplace transform of t raised to 5 by 2. So gamma of 5 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to 5 by 2 plus 1, and here it will be gamma of 7 by 2 upon s raised to 7 by 2, and gamma of 7 by 2 has been already calculated, and it is nothing but equal to, this is gamma of 7 by 2, 15 square root of pi divided by 18. 15 square root of pi divided by 8, and denominator already we have s power of 7 by 2, and it is now after simplification here we will get 15 square root of pi divided by 8 into s raised to 7 by 2. So this is our final answer. Now this is the last problem of type A, and here we need to find Laplace transform of, here we need to calculate the Laplace transform of 1 upon square root of pi into t, right? So what we can do over here, here we need to simplify some of the things. And after simplification, here is square root of pi and square root of t, right? And square root of pi is nothing but constant, so it can be taken as outside. So I will take 1 upon square root of pi outside because it is a constant. So Laplace transform of 1 upon square root of t, then 1 upon square root of pi, and the Laplace transform of, here square root of t we have, so square root of t can be replaced by t raised to 1 by 2, and after that what we can do over here now, again we will do the basic simplification over here. 1 upon square root of pi, the Laplace transform of t raised to 1 by 2 will go to numerator, so here it will be t raised to minus 1 by 2, right? And after that here we will write 1 upon square root of pi. Again we can apply the formula over here. After by the formula here we will write minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to minus 1 by 2 plus 1, because since we know that Laplace transform of t raised to n, if n is in fraction, so we can write gamma of n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1. This is a formula, right? And by using this formula we can write this thing. Now after that here we will write 1 upon square root of pi into minus 1 by 2 plus 1 will be nothing but equal to gamma of 1 by 2 only upon s raised to 1 by 2, right? And again we will do the basic simplification here. So 1 upon square root of pi, gamma of 1 by 2 is nothing but equal to square root of pi only, right? And s raised to 1 by 2 can be replaced by square root of s. So square root pi and square root of pi will go to cancel. And after that here we will write 1 upon square root of s. And this is our final answer. So here we have successfully completed the problem number, all problem of type A of exercise number 1, right? So in coming lecture we are going to see type B and type C. Thank you.